in a mood. I'm the cat in a mood. I don't think I can eat cherry Sprite for a while. Alright, let's do a talk. Or I'll do a talk. You listen, okay, Mom?
Alright.
Okay. Kind of wiped out. I'm emotionally drained. I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
But we got it better than
A
lot of people got it right now.
A lot of
We're pretty, but it's not with it. We didn't go through our trials by fire and water.
That's true.
We did go, but ours were a little bit different. Ours was because bureau brats, the burrow brats. I call them burrow brats. Get it? Like ass. Instead of bureaucrats, it's burrow brats. Let's make that a thing. Burrow, like ass brats. Burrow brats. That's what politicians are to me. It's a circle jerk of greed, and that shit never trickles down. And now, as we all have seen, you know, the last, I don't know, go back however far you want to see. I mean, we're paying, hell is being paid. Amen, brother. Stan Lee, gato. I was born in San Bernardino, just over the hill. The last I saw, there was 5 of them. I was scrolling today. I was trying to stay off because I could feel because I live on the 35th parallel. See, and this is the beliefs that I have coming up. See, these aren't beliefs that, I mean, maybe other people might share these beliefs, but these are all my own. You know, I didn't sit for years and years in libraries and read books about, you know, what other people think that I should think. I come up with my own stuff. It's my I got a stellium in Pisces, so that's what I get for that. I'm getting hot. And went and got a tattoo today.
You got a tattoo?
I got a tattoo. I don't think people are gonna really be able to see it because it's covered up.
It's covered in leather.
It's covered up. We'll see. This is the rescue that all my dogs came from.
Oh.
The Basset and Beagle Rescue of the Heartland out of Omaha.
Oh,
They've helped place a lot of dogs.
they love them.
That's how I learned about pet rescue. That's why I have an idea about an app, how to use pet rescue, because now it's expanded because they move. Go ahead, buddy. They move. They like move groups of dogs across the United States now.
Oh.
Like they're transporting large, like 20 dogs. They're transporting them from like Omaha to the Pacific Northwest.
That's a long.
Well, because what people don't value life, and there's a lot of people that throw dogs away.
Oh.
They throw people away too.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, more reason why there's hell to. Oh, I guess it's kind of bloody. He's got kind of blood. It's maybe I shouldn't show it.
Oh. Moving on.
That's a lot of blood. But she said that's normal, so
Oh, it's normal.
I guess. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a while. But I'll show a picture of it after it was done. Dun dun dun. My self-appointed name, identity, persona. No, it's not a person. It's nothing that like I feel like I'm separate than. You know, ain't no stinking witch Beyonce that freaking, you know, that has an alter ego. It's nothing like that. It's just I'm a Heyoka, I'm Native American, and Scott. I'm fucking both sides of the spectrum. I'm like the Indians and the colonists within me. I got inner conflict. I'm way more for than the indigenous side. I'm not really a big fan on the colonial side, because it never did me any fucking favors. So it's all a club and I ain't in it. But my brother's in it, my dad was in it, my uncle's in it, my grandpa was in it. They're all in it. See, in order to be in it, you have to be a man. I don't know, maybe I'm one of those de-inverted things. You know, they invert people. Bella Sloan was talking about it last night, or Sloan Bettel, whatever, however her name goes. I get it mixed up. Is that they change the sex or the gender of the being in vitro. And I always felt like I used to ask Mom when I was a little kid, like, was I born a boy? I used to ask stuff like that. Like, was I a boy? Was I ever a boy?
Oh, wow.
You know, because I felt like a boy. And what I learned later in life was it's my energy.
It's your energy.
You know, so I try, I do the opposite that these, actually it's kind of the same thing. Like, anyway, let me just show the tattoo. This is my standing turtle.
Standing turtle.
So it's pretty bright. Let me turn down the brightness. There. It has my Vans. And then I always wear a backpack. That's like my shell. And then she even got my braided hair.
Oh, that's nice.
And my haircut and my glasses. And I think I'm going to go back in April, and on this, I'm going to have this filled in with the order of the rainbow that's on my t-shirt. The yellow, orange, red, green. So it'll go yellow on the bottom, and then it'll proceed up to purple. And this is for my sister that died a couple years ago. Living that lifestyle, reminding me of why I oughtn't. So, I was pretty excited about it. I think she did a pretty good job. So that's standing turtle. And I stand like that a lot too when I'm talking to people. Mom has an uncle. He's a famous boxer here in New Mexico. His name's Larry Cisneros, and I think it's funny because there's a picture of him in the media where he's standing like this. Like we do as our relatives have done before, right? So what I named this talk tonight was cleansed by water and fire, and I haven't heard anybody else talk about this. A lot of stuff I talk about, other people don't talk about it. It's not on their radar yet. And I looked it up today to make sure I wasn't off my rocker. A few months ago in North Carolina, there was a sus natural disaster. You know, when a hurricane doesn't do some damage, but not like a whole lot of damage, but then boom, Asheville and all those, like they got freaking pretty much scrubbed off the earth, pretty much. A lot of people got, like, we will never know the thousands of people that have perished because they don't want us to know, because they don't want to look like they're not taking care of the people, because they get all these ginormous budgets to take care of people, and then they don't take care of people, but they still get really good lives and you know, stuff like that from lip service. So why don't we have universal income where everybody gets a baseline? Because so many people that do nothing get so fucking much. People, like, trying to take care of someone that they love, like me, you know, get a little bit just so you don't have to fucking freeze to death outside, you know, but they don't do that. So what the hourglass is about to tip. What goes up must come down. What is at the top needs to feel like what it's to be at the bottom, and vice versa. It's what being a spiritual being, having a human experience is about. Life is traumatic. Life is full of scary shit because people are dirty and gross. And they have their own agendas and they feel powerful. They feel big and bold and vigorous when they put other people's in harm's way. And they don't believe in karma, though. They don't believe in it. See, 35th parallel. LA is on the 35th parallel. I was explaining to the tattoo lady that I said I am so overstimulated right now. I feel like a tongue on a 9-volt battery because I am feeling all of the frickin', I am so keyed up because I feel all of it. I feel the 35th parallel, trial by water, cleansing by water. 35th parallel, Asheville, North Carolina. LA, 35th parallel, 34th, 35th. I got a plus or minus 2 rule. So, and a lot of people that are on same latitudes, they have a lot of the same storylines, a lot of the same life lessons. So while they're trying to navigate through life on their own, a lot of people are having the same problems. And that's why community has to get together and help community. See, and it ain't been like that because the community always serves this phony, false, make-believe, reindeer game freaking bullshit on a hill in DC, and those are the masters that we are to serve. And those days are over, see. Because for one, I was on Crete for Operation Iraqi bullshit. Shock and awe. All those Marines that came back, while at the same time staying in a really nice hotel.
That's nice.
So that's a hotel, Panorama, it's still there on Chania, Crete. They just redid this because for tourist season, and little did the people realize we're freaking, less than 2,000 miles away, we're freaking bombing the shit out of Iraq. But hey, vacation, live that best life, that's out there stuff. That doesn't affect me. And it affects people. All day, all over the social media, I was like, it looks like Iraq. It looks like shock and awe. Look, it looks like shock and awe. It looks like shock and awe. It looks like what we did to other people for Desert Storm, for Vietnam, for Operation Iraqi bullshit, for Afghanistan, for 20 years of us just going boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom, just because men can't get erections of their own volition. So now, everybody gets to feel what it feels like. The first time we had to bug out and evacuate, I was just a little girl. Running for our lives from an abusive man, from a guy that just couldn't handle his own emotions, so he just had to put his hand around my mother's throat and things like that. And they don't have any emotional control, so they don't stop themselves. And I'm not talking about all men. I'm just talking about the men that do it. My brother's one of those guys. Probably, and you know why he does it? Because he felt little one time, because my dad got drunk and put him up against the wall and was like, you want to be a man? You want a piece of kind of that kind of shit? Because my dad, he's that guy. I come from that guy. The guy that would roll 55-gallon drums down the hill in a Atascadero just so he and his buddy could watch him go into traffic and watch the traffic dodge him. But his mom was an important real estate agent, so dude never got in fucking trouble. He's one of those guys. Never got in trouble. Never had to pay any consequence, and then he got into an accident. That leveled his playing field. That's what happens when see, I look at good orderly direction, God. Good orderly direction. Not a guy in a white beard, on a mountain, not that. God is just like the in between the no place space, the vibrational frequency, the colors of the rainbow, all of that, all of the thoughts, all of the ideas, all of the notions that have ever existed, that have existed all at the same time, because past, present, and future is happening congruently. And people are having experiences of Atlantis. See, Mom and I we've been relatives through many incarnations. We go way back. We got the same red dots. We've had death by fire. We've gone out with it, you know, because being a spiritual being, having a human experience, that's what we do. We have experiences, and then, okay, what do we learn from that experience? Oh, I've learned how to be more prepared in life from the experiences that I have had. Why are there this never made sense to me. Why are there fire departments? Why are there centralized location? Why isn't everybody that lives in an area be responsible, and then just have like hose houses next to the fire hydrants, and then have civilians get training, proper training, and get your training card signed off. I got my training card. They showed me how to open the valve, or they showed me how to hook up the hose and open the valve and let her go. I know it's a cluster out there. It's dude, what goes around comes around. How is it that the cracks of society in America are wider than it's ever been? More people everywhere are homeless. Single moms, single dads, mom and dads with kids. Like demographics where it wasn't like that. It was like sometimes here and there. Now it's everywhere. And I'm supposed to be like, they call it appeal to emotion in psychology. Is that you got play the violins, cue violins. It sucks. It sucks. I know. Trust me. I know how people feel when they have to evacuate, because it was 2020. We desperately needed to leave where we lived because the landlady wanted to give her son, who never had a job, mid-20s, never did nothing but play those dumb video games, couldn't do both, couldn't be a balanced individual, work, life, whatever, couldn't do, nope, just, I don't want to, don't make me. Okay, sweetie, I love you, you're all of the things, the good parts of me, whatever. So we had to move. And then I lost almost everything in that move, because I had all this stuff, and then all I had, it was the back of my Dodge 1500 and the biggest U-Haul trailer I could fill up. So I had to pay some guy $630 to come get a new washer and dryer and all kinds of stuff out of the yard, just put it in the, landfill. You lose stuff. I guess I guess I was really, really young after we had to bug out the 2-3 times by just grabbing my favorite monkey stuffed animal, and like my favorite outfit and stuff like that, like my favorite pants and my favorite shirt and my cover, like get what because we gotta go. And all the people that we have blown up for decades, get what you can. We gotta go. Like, you got the people that are making people, the dominance, the control, which it's all small men. It's all, I'm a little boy, I just wish I could still sit on my daddy's lap. It's all that. Their psychology is broke. They're not big men. They're freaking cowards. And I was always told not to put my eggs in one basket anyway, so I never really like I don't know, when by people that what am I trying to say here? Don't put your eggs in one basket. So I don't fall into that appeal to the motion when people have, are like, I've lived here 90 years, I've lost everything.
90?
Well, how come there's more and more people? Like, what did you do to help these people that you're surrounded by? They don't. People just have their own little fortress, and they live their quiet little bubble lives, and they ignore all the pain and strife, And now I'm so happy to see more. I've seen like people taking elderly homeless in and setting them up with heaters and a place to sleep in the garage and stuff like that. That is how it should be. There's so many empty buildings. That's what God says. God says you fucking waste all these empty buildings, you're not going to get them either. Spence. But that's okay, because a lot of these they got extra houses. And they've been surrounded for decades by people that, had houses and lost everything under unfortunate circumstances. More people are just getting to feel like what other people have already gone through. I mean, it's real interesting that there's like, ooh, it looks like Miami. It's so reminiscent about Miami. And I'm just like, dude, 3 years ago, time goes by so fast. How many? Oh, it's 2. Oh, because another year's gone by, so now it's been 3. We had the largest. New Mexico had the largest fire in its history, and they're like 10,000 acres have burned in L.A. And I'm like, I'm thinking it's like like it blew up to like 80, 90,000 kind of things, right? Wow. Still, I mean. It's just a different perspective because 230,000 acres died. Animals died. People lost everything. They didn't get paid back yet. Was everybody in that? That's what I'm saying. Like, people don't care about what happens to other people unless it happens to them. So creators going, okay, here you go. Maybe you fucking cancers of the earth will start taking care of each other instead of trashing the place. So here's your natural disaster, and here's your natural disaster, and here's yours. So pick it, because all over the world, landslides, volcanoes. Nobody's safe on planet Earth, man. Best I can do is when I go out, I'm going to try and make somebody's day better than it was. And I do that. Every time, even if I go to the store, I'm freaking bobbing. I'm making somebody's head nod. I'm freaking making somebody smile. I'm getting hugs from people that work at the grocery store that are happy to see me.
That's nice.
I'm trying to build community, and then maybe other people that come here because they have nothing fucking better to do where they live. Maybe they'll see. See, that's what I always understood traveling to be. You travel here. Hey, that works really good. Let's try that where we live. Take the good and leave the rest. But you have these freaking mental midgets that are freaking have all of the seats of position and power that are playing Legos, and they're building glass houses where there's going to be tsunamis. The earth, this is the year. The earth is changing. Geography is changing. Who fucking cares what they're doing with their stupid little borders and America, South, fucking whatever that freaking Twinkie dude's doing? Because it's both sides. It doesn't matter. Anybody that's over there saying this, I don't listen to people that can't change a tire. I don't listen. You aren't on my planet, dude. You have no practical skills. Nobody that is going to go and get fitted for multi-$1,000 suits so they could work blah, 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 less than half of the year, talk this, talk that. They don't do anything. They don't know how to do anything, and those are the people that need to just get up out of your little fucking chair and go over there and let the people see. Because and I remember I had that line of thinking too. People are like, well, maybe he'll be different because he's a businessman. This is a fucking country. This ain't no fucking corporation. It don't need to be run like a business, y'all. It's not a fucking business. It's business that is ruining this fucking place. And rules and regulations and policies and procedures just so you can throw the bottom echelon in and designate funds. California, last time I looked 2 years ago, my brother works for the Office of Parole. He's one of them bad guys, see? He's one of those borough brats. He threw me and Mom away. That's how we ended up in New Mexico, but I can't be too mad about it because we came back to Mom's birthplace. That's a crazy story. So, that guy makes $220,000 a year for the Office of Parole. When I last did the research, when I first did a talk, it was like 2017. So all the stuff that's happening now, I've been talking about it for years. And now it's happening, and whoa. So, at the time, there was 192,000 inmates locked up. People locked up. A lot of people locked up for stupid shit like weed, like trying to sell weed, because it's easy. It's easy. But the borough brats don't want you to have easy. They want you to struggle. They want you to suffer. You should never have it as easy as a borough brat. So they like to make things hard for people. So just lock them up. Just lock them up. And then they'll get lost in the shuffle. But what we got to do is we got to allocate funds to take care of these criminals, though. So for every criminal, they were allocating $104,000. So basically, those criminals are making $104,000 a year, but they don't get to keep the money. The money goes in the pockets of people like my brother that says, no, you guys get to stay in. My brother is a terrible judge of character. When he first started his journey, before he was an attorney, he went from being a computer program. He went from being a teacher to a computer but then that was weird. He couldn't handle that weirdness with that, and 10-year-old, stuff like that. Anyway, it's a different story. And then he became a computer programmer for the state of California. And then he went from there to the Office of Parole. See? And then he decided later, after his practice wife, after they got divorced, that he would become a lawyer, go back to law school. So I went and I freaking I don't know. He even gave me an award that said, "Thank you, sister, for seeing me through." Oh. And then last year I got the, "What have you ever really done for me?" Aside from keeping my dog for a year when I was in Iraq, "What have you ever really done for me, Margie?" And I said, "Well, that time you beat my ass and you'd gotten back, you were over 18 and I was under 18, and you beat my ass and slammed my head into the floor, and then you made me drive home from Sacramento to Redding.
That's a long way.
I didn't call the cops and tell on you. Because if I would have done that, you wouldn't have the life that you have now.
That's right.
So that's what I did for you, Jerome Allen Hessick. And now I don't fucking care. And someday you're going to have to face what you've done. Because people have to face what they've done. And you see, I got the better end of the deal. As far as face. It's important not to hate, regardless of what your mom and dad or brother or sister, whoever, what they've ever done to you. You gotta let it go. You gotta leave it back with the person that you were when they did that thing to you. You can't carry that with you. Every 7 years, on a cellular basis, human beings evolve from one being to the next. Every 7 years, we're an entirely different person. Minus hair. Go, girl, get up there. Want me to help you, pretty girl? I do it. Go ahead. So you can't stay mad.
Forever.
I get if you don't want to have them in your life based on past events. That's each individual's choice. Sometimes people can change.
They can.
I don't believe that they can't. It just takes a lot of work that people aren't necessarily willing to put the work in. to do.
Yeah.
So 192,000 times 107. I mean, that's a lot of people having good lives.
Good luck.
Wow, you hear stories all the time. People in prison, it's a lot more lax than it ever was before. I get that. It's like community living in some places, and for gay man and gay woman culture and stuff like that, it's like, I get it. It's a lifestyle for a lot of people that they choose because they keep going, making choices to go back there. But still, the fact remains is that it's all money laundering. It's all money laundering. It's all money laundering. Like, just put everybody on house arrest. Yeah, just like, like put bars on their window, like make their house a prison. Don't make prisons, and they like to just gather things and put them all here. No, there's too much space. You gotta divvy that shit up. No. God, I can't believe how fast the world is changing. Hey, Tess, what's up?
Who's
Tess Castro. Been months since you've been busy and depressed. Well, that's because you are on, I can't remember, you're up there in Connecticut. So look up your latitude, longitude, and then look at the other cities and stuff like that where you are. That are on your same latitude, plus or minus 2, because I think you're up there by 40, the latitude, longitude. 45, I can't remember. I'm not good with the eastern seaboard. I know more west coast is what I'm versed in. Mom's great. She's right here. Want to say hi, Mom?
Hi.
Mom's real good. Yeah, you missed a lot, Tess. We're in a new place. We've been here. That shift started on my 50th birthday on April 9th. Oh, Mom's good. She's actually, I just got her some new vitamins. See, she doesn't, it's not like, for Mom, it's not like Alzheimer's or anything like that. It's not like dementia or Alzheimer's for Mom. Mom has a traumatic head injury. A dude slammed her head in a car door when she was 38. And she was so independent for so many years. And she walked everywhere. And she volunteered so much. Because she couldn't ever work because she didn't want to give up her insurance because she had the stroke. So she'd always volunteer because she's Sagittarius. She has a lot of energy. She likes to stay busy. So with her walking in conjunction of volunteering at like the historical state parks and stuff like that, she actually got an award from the state of California for her, from the Parks and Recreation for her participation because she likes talking, she's a good egg. She's a good egg. So I get, it's in her. It's, she came from an orphanage, so we kind of got that. It's kind of in us to take care of people. Because we know what it's like not to be taken care of, and more people are seeing what it feels like not to be taken care of. Well, you think your government cares? People think their government cares. It's an institution made up of people that drink too much, and go around just living that best life, and they have no idea what it's like to struggle. They have no idea what it's like to not be able to pay bills. They don't care if they have a loved one that's institutionalized because they're just, what they're doing is so important. They tell themselves, we're doing things that matter here. It's just all such nonsense. My George collects turtles. We have a turtle room. His favorite is a turtle on Buddha. Did you see? So you saw my standing turtle? I don't really want to show it because there is a lot of blood in there. It's like a rubber balloon of blood, and I kind of can't look. Kind of makes me a little whoa. Absolutely mental pancakes. I've been calling it Corp USA since I was in the Air Force. See, that's why I didn't get, like, when you leave the shop, there's hazing everywhere. People think hazing isn't done. But if you tell about hazing, then you're not, why are you going against the team? Oh, because the team does stupid fucking bullshit. And what they would used to do if they really liked you is that they would, I have pictures of it. They did it to Bride. He's the one I got pictures of it. Is that they had like these big carts that you put parts on and stuff, and then take them into the big wash rack, and then spray them with a pressure washer. Like you put fenders on. Like you put whatever. They're just carts that you put whatever on, and they would cargo strap. They would duct tape the airman that's leaving, duct tape their arms and feet. Whoa. And then they would strap them down to one of these carts, and then they would take them into the wash rack. Wow. And it depends on who you were, like what they would do. They would sometimes, if they really like you, they would stash stuff in the fridge, in the break room. Like let it get rancid. Like put a bunch of stuff in a bowl. Like for a month and let it get real stinky and nasty, and just put it back in the corner on the bottom shelf, you know. And only a couple guys were allowed in the fridge anyway, because of the money box and accountability, you know. It's not an integral place. The military is not an integral place. So they take that out. They dump like buckets of ice on you, and then they would dump the nasty gooky stuff and then douse you with ice. See, I was not that. I had a good, I tried to like have fun, but you don't play. This is like, we're in the military. This is not and then I found out it was all bullshit, and then I was just like, I don't want to. And then for the last, because I went in 2000, and then I only knew I was going to do 6 years the whole time. But then when they put me in Crete for Operation Iraqi bullshit, and I saw all the stuff that I saw, and I was like, this is, Mike was right. I'm like all these, like it put all of this stuff together that I had been tracking since I was a little girl, since Larry Hickey, one of Mom's first abusers, he was in Vietnam, and he would talk about how we didn't need to be there, and how it's all, you know, it's the same stuff every generation. But most veterans will never admit to the things that I say. And that's why they're all subdued and quiet, and they never talk about their war service, and because they know we're fucking wrong. They don't want to look like assholes. And then fucking, you know, every year they're putting on another fucking parade about the bullshit, and it's just like, and I'm not like them. I can't just fucking sit on my couch, fucking drink Pabst Blue Ribbon or whatever, and just, you know, rot my liver into denial, a land of denial. I won't do that. It's against my personal constitution. Like, I mean, nope, not like them. Like, still, they did the, see, I don't like Jeeps and I don't like Humvees for this reason. This was me in tech school. I was drinking. My soul was void. This was like, I got to play tourist in Crete, so that was kind of cool. So that was my trip to Europe. Thanks, Uncle Sam.
That was a big.
So back here, these are like C-130s and stuff like that. But over here on this side is where you can see. I got a better picture. That's why I brought these pictures out. You can see it better. That was the view from my hotel room. So that was mainland Greece, because I'm in Crete. Dude, the world isn't as big. The world isn't what they say it is. The world, I felt felt like I was in the Truman Show. I felt like I was on a soundstage. It was the most, it was like, I'm like, dude, this is Europe. This is like the Mediterranean. Like, it, like, I knew that it wouldn't add up. I knew. Here's that guy that I can't hate because we share a face. I'm trying to cover it. I'm trying not to show his wife. But, yep! Looks like a shady shyster of a loiter.
A shady shyster. Moving on.
Yeah. That's at my niece's. Mom and I flew out for my niece's. Or I flew out for her baptism or whatever. Doing all that club stuff. Where's that other picture? Here it is. Here it is. So this picture, when you look here, that whole row all the way back, because I was flight line support and I had those. I had those disposable cameras. So this is probably one. It's probably 10, 20. It's probably 100 Humvees. There's probably 100 Humvees. They did the same thing. I see everything fucking triggers me because I know too much. It drives me crazy. That's why they did MASH and stuff like that. It's so fucking Jeep manufacturers could make gazillions of dollars. Because, the Jeep is the military vehicle. Yeah. It's the all-terrain vehicle for the Army. Then, like, anybody that's an Army family, they've been driving Jeeps forever because they fucking saw it on MASH, and then Dad went into the Army, and he drove a Jeep. So now we're up to these Rubicons that are like 120,000. They're fucking and they're all junk. These cars, these new cars. I don't have a whole lot of faith in anybody's woohoo ability about much of anything if they're buying any brand new, any kind of car in this day and age. They're all junk. Dude, think about the engineers. Like, everybody's lazy. Ever since the CV, everybody's lazy. So I don't really have a whole lot of faith. That guy, he started to tighten that bolt. He started to tighten it on the frame of the car. But, time to go eat. Does he come back to it later? Does he remember? Does he ever come back to it? Does he quit his job and somebody doesn't know that there's a loose bolt? Like, this is the year that we're... So anyway, and this was in 2003 when Shock and Awe came out. So, they didn't start selling them until, I believe, 2007. Public, because I've looked all this stuff up. When did Humvees go public? Because they started making them back in the 90s. '80s, 87, 84.
That's been
but they're just for the military.
Just for the
only for the people that are defending. You know what? I'm gonna get a word. I'm gonna get like like a cutout that says freedom. And then I'm gonna put it in a cage. And I'm gonna be like, this is the freedom that I defended. So here's your freedoms, people. What are you gonna do with your freedoms? It's in a cage. What are you gonna do? And I'm gonna carry around the freedom that I defended. And maybe I'll make two. I'll make one that says freedom, and I'll make one that says democracy. And I'll walk around with the freedom and the democracy. Because people in America think it's a fucking thing.
Moving on.
America's about killing things and making movies about it. That's what America is. Oh my God, how am I supposed to not get mad about this stuff? Corp USA. I just try not to get mad, you know. I try so hard not to get mad. I do. And then I told the lady today, I said, can I? Oh, this was a cool thing. There are only 2 places I deployed to in my 6 years. So I went to Fairbanks twice.
Alaska?
Yeah, which was a trip. That was just another trip, surreal trip of and by itself. And then Crete. So, like, I mean, I'm always flipping. I have this saying, sometimes when I'm feeling real frisky, when we're like, heavily populated by Taurons, I'll write on my window that heaps. Now, I invite anybody to be the contrary to anybody that I've ever met that have behaved this way. Be the contrary. Always be the contrary. Like, if we're, like, just be the different. Like, always prove me wrong for the love of all things good. Prove me wrong. So, sometimes I will write on my window, heaps of creeps drive Jeeps. They're crap. Buy anything else. Buy a fucking Pinto. Let's buy a fucking, you know, one of them gremlins. Not a Jeep. God. They're just like trophies of death and destruction. Or the story of it. Oh my God, I'm too sensitive. And this is what, when people get some free time, because when I was on Crete for the first 30, see, I was in age, and usually age, we're like the stepchildren of every base, because we support everyone. We are base support. We're flight line and base support. So when they, like, after 9/11 happened, and they did their protocols, which are the same one entrance exit protocols that they did with COVID, they're just getting people ready. It's just practicing. If we do this, then they will do this. We can make them do that. And so we had to go, like, we had light-alls and stuff because there was one entrance exit points all over base, you know. And so, but they were all lit up 24/7. So we constantly had to go refill the fuel and do our service. Keeping it going and stuff like that. We're like, it doesn't matter if there's blizzards. We're the assholes out with the fuel truck filling up freaking the heaters that are supposed to be for the jet aircraft, but the police always managed to get their hands on them. Then they would break the ducts. They would squish the ends. Those ducts were like $15,000 a piece. And these assholes would fucking squish them down, stomp them down so they could stick them in their window and then sleep with the jet heater on them all night. So they're all nice and cozy and snug as a bug, and they never got in trouble for it. Man, kind of sees a trend where I see people that do fucking stupid shit a lot and they never get in trouble for it. But I'm always going to be the one like, hey, you're going to do, because I'm not violent. I'm a peaceful being because I fucking been to war and I see what it does to people. I don't want that shit in here. I see the side effects. I had a close enough proximity. I contributed to enough deaths by just supporting the B1s that took off from there and dropped bombs on people. I just supported that shit. So by proxy, I'm guilty. I got chains. When I go, I got chains. Like on A Christmas Carol, I got chains. The only thing is my heart carries those chains in life. And so I will forever talk about the mean guy, the jerk, the asshole, the frat brat, the dickhead, because I come from a long line of them, and all these people never led to the crack society not being wide. So what do I fucking care? They never claim me as their family, so they're not. So I can say whatever I want. Why do I need to be loyal to dead people? Tradition is peer pressure brought down by dead people. If they were so smart, they probably wouldn't be dead. Anyway, I've been running my mouth long enough. You know? Like, why am I... and I'm with that guy. I've been talking my world's changing, Earth's changing. We're going to see land mass come out of the different parts of because Earth grows from within, just like people do. We grow from within. You know? Whatever we have inside of here, it reflects on our bodies. Yeah, it does. So when we have a bunch of trash in here, look who's carrying around all the trash. Or they might be skinny and fit, but their face is altered because they couldn't stand to look at themselves in the mirror. Because they always have an idea of what they should do to make themselves feel better instead of just being okay with what you got. So now we got a full planet full of people have ideologies like I did when I was a little kid, and I felt like, oh, maybe I want to be a boy when I grow up. What do you want to be? I want to be able to pee in the woods. You know? I left those ideologies, those thought processes back when I was a little girl.
You were younger, yeah.
You evolve. People aren't supposed to not ever change. Born and raised don't do nobody no favor. Because you don't know how it feels to be the outsider.
Yep.
All you know what it does is to get all your little nepotisms and shit like that. I came up with a new word today.
Oh, new word. Good.
It's a new word. And then I'll get going. Where is it? It's on Facebook. I never finished looking up the year that they started. But it private, selling it public. Ouch. Standing turtles don't run. I put a better picture of it on TikTok.
Ouch.
And then here's the picture of the drawing that she did it from.
She did a drawing?
Yeah, she did a drawing and then put it on my skin and then etched it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, my new word. My new word.
The new word.
Damn it. Damn it. It's gone forever. What was it? It was... And then some guy's like, I like that. I love that word. Oh, what was it? I don't think I'm going to be able to find it because I deleted the notification.
Oh.
Sometimes I do that. New post. Everybody's all excited about New Mexico's birthday. And there's this one post that the gash, I just call her the gash. I can't address her as anything else. She's just the gash.
Moving on.
The stinky gash. Didn't take long to get to last place. All on your watch. This country is a joke. I'm sorry for my service. Please don't. It's all action! Boom, 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 boom. Go America!
Go America. Moving on.
I really hate fireworks.
Firework? Oh.
I hate fireworks. So if that word comes back, if that guy, I responded to his comment. If he comes back and says something, then I will talk about it in another talk. But I like making up words. I make up words quite a bit. Yeah, because we're all about the word whimsy over here. Our clever endeavor.
Clever endeavor. That's good.
Margisms.
Marges.
It's the only isms I got. Well, and I got alcoholism. I don't practice that one, though. I'm allergic. I break out in handcuffs. That's funny. Okay. Anyway, I live in a weird place, but I don't look at the world like other people look at it. I look at it as just like a bunch of places and then have roads in between them. And then people, towns and businesses, in any place where people gather, they're just collection points of energy where like attracts like.
Yeah, the like attracts like.
Yeah, so... Like, I wonder how many people own gas stations out in the middle of nowhere, far from nobody.
There's a lot of
because they have the feel of desperation, so they want to put a gas station there for the people that are, like, about to run out of gas and feel desperate. Oh, my goodness. We are just antenna, and we tune into the experiences that we've had and tune into others, you know. Yeah. And the thing of it, there's so many people that have, like, I don't know, I just have a very broad spectrum, and I understand that a lot more people are talking about their trauma and their scary shit that happened. I like I like exchanging those stories, you know, because it reminds me of the days that I lived through.
That's well.
And poverty consciousness comes from the people at top, from the rich people that think that there's people that should have made better choices. You shouldn't, you know, you are where you are because, no, I am where I am because you wouldn't help me, fucker. You wouldn't help me get to a better place. And I got a heavy load that you don't got to carry. And so you don't know what it feels like because you don't even have fucking calluses on your hands. I have fucking calluses on my hands. I'm a 50-year-old woman. You know, how many men? Oh, what? Maybe from like a controller? More people should have dug a ditch at some point. More people should have fucking done like one summer painstaking hard work. More people should have freaking like got close to heat stroke, you know. More people should have fucking busted their ass so they know what it feels like for us people that have always been support that have busted our ass. And now we're getting tired and we don't want to do it anymore. And people are like, ew, I don't want to get my hands dirty. So nobody's learning a trade and everybody's fucked because they don't know how to do shit. But I'm not because I do.
Yes, you do.
You know, I mean, it must really be scary to have to rely on so many different people to solve problems for you when I've just had my higher power to help me fucking figure it out. So welcome to the world of figuring it out. I've been there. Find a higher power. Find a God. Do things for other people. Instead of laying there thinking about how sad you are, about your position in life, whatever position in life that is, get your fucking ass up, go outside, and do fucking something for somebody else that has it worse, because there's so many people out there that got it worse. And for all you motherfuckers that didn't do nothing to make this place better, but that are jumping ship now, don't ever come back. Stay the fuck over there, okay? Because when it gets good, we don't want you here.